Welcome everybody. Let's jump in and talk about the Hendershot Generator Review for 2026. It's a fascinating case of a DIY guide that claims to deliver free energy, or at least dramatically cut your bill by up to 82%.
Yeah, right, and the guide isn't a physical product at all. It's digital blueprints and video instructions on building a supposed perpetual electromagnetic generator.
Exactly. The sales page makes some bold claims, like powering refrigerators and even AC units, and it all revolves around this idea of a fuelless motor, supposedly derived from 1920s tech.
Yep. I find that historical narrative really interesting. What with the claim about Lester Hendershot's work and even mentions of Charles Lindbergh? That's, pretty wild, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's like, mixing a bit of myth with science. The guide recounts how Hendershot apparently demonstrated this motor back in the late 1920s, and get this, the suggestion was even that it played a secret role in Lindbergh's transatlantic journey, which, well, historical records simply don't support.
Right, Yeah, standard aviation documentation says the Spirit of St. Louis was powered by a conventional engine with huge fuel loads, not some perpetual device.
Right, and that's a critical point. I mean, the guide uses a lot of emotional and conspiratorial language, like saying big energy is suppressing this technology. It's a typical appeal to mystery and rebellion.
Yeah, exactly. It seems tailored to people frustrated by rising electric bills, particularly with winter costs climbing. That's definitely a market the creators are aiming at.
Yeah, and let's be honest, when your heating bill spikes in February, who wouldn't look for a miracle solution? But here's the kicker, the whole notion of a self-sustaining generator. It directly contradicts well-established physical laws like thermodynamics.
True. Right. The first law of thermodynamics is about conservation of energy. It simply doesn't allow for energy to be created from nothing.
Exactly. And then there's the second law, which tells us there's inevitable energy loss as waste heat. So any claim of gaining energy for free is automatically suspect.
Yeah, absolutely. I must say, while the guide is a low-cost digital download, around $29 to $49.95 with additional parts costing somewhere between $45 and $78, the promise to cut your whole electric bill is quite overstated.
Right, it's important to note that it's marketed as a DIY electronics project for hobbyists. They're not really promising a replacement for proven energy solutions like solar panels or whole home generators.
Yeah, correct. And that brings us to the safety aspect. The guide comes with a serious disclaimer. It cautions users to consult licensed electricians because DIY electrical work can easily lead to shocks or even fires.
Totally, and that's a huge red flag right there, especially when you're potentially tampering with your home's wiring. They even mention injury risks like severe shocks, like Hendershot's own historical injury, which adds a morbid layer to the story.
Yeah, I did find it curious that amidst all the flair, the guide actually clearly states its own limitations. It's not endorsing that the device will replace your grid power, it's more of a hobby project.
True, but I feel like there's a bit of a contradiction. On one hand, you get this miracle-free energy narrative with suppressed technology and historical conspiracies. On the other, the guide admits that the physics behind it just don't check out.
Exactly right. Yes, and that's where I respectfully challenge the marketing approach. How can they lean into these outrageous claims while also cautioning that, scientifically speaking, it's impossible? It's mixing entertainment with misinformation.
Good point. I see where you're coming from. It seems like they're trying to tap into a kind of cultural fascination with suppressed technologies while taking advantage of people's real pain points about electricity costs.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's the matter of alternative options. The review clearly compares the guide to more reliable methods like energy efficiency upgrades, insulation, LED lighting, smart thermostats, and even solar panels.
Right, and those alternatives have been verified through decades of research. They have government incentives and warranties backing them up. It's not as sexy as free energy, but it's solid and measurable.
Yep.
I also found it interesting that the review pointed to other devices in the DIY energy space, like Backyard Revolution and Smart Solar Box, that stir up similar controversy.
Right, exactly. It creates this entire niche where people can experiment with electronics and feel like they're outsmarting big energy companies, even if the science isn't on their side.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. On one side, you have the excitement of building something yourself, and on the other, there's the risk of pursuing a scientifically unsupported concept that might not deliver the promised savings.
Right, true. The review does a pretty good job at advising buyers to set realistic expectations. If you're in it just for the fun and education, then maybe it's worth the low cost. But if you're really trying to slash your electric bill, well, you might need to look elsewhere.
Exactly, and it also stresses that individuals should verify the current refund and return policies, given that everything can change quickly on these online platforms.
Speaking of policies, the review mentions that the purchase is handled by Buy Goods, a company that clearly disclaims any endorsement of the product. That's another hint that buyers should be cautious.
Absolutely, it's a third-party retailer, so their involvement is just a transaction facilitator rather than a guarantee of quality or credibility.
Right, exactly.
One thing that stands out to me is the balanced approach in the review. It doesn't just deride the product outright, it lays out all the details so that potential buyers can decide for themselves if they want to try the project as a hobby.
True, huh? I agree. And there's that persistent theme of, if you're already struggling with high bills, maybe consider proven methods first. It's like advice from a friend who really cares about your financial well-being.
Right, and it goes deep into safety too. It repeatedly warns that working with electricity isn't something to take lightly. Not only do you risk personal injury, but you could also run foul of local electrical codes.
That's a key takeaway. Any DIY electrical project should have professional oversight, and the review makes that really clear. Don't connect this homemade gizmo into your whole home without a licensed electrician checking it out first.
I appreciate that emphasis on safety. Sometimes these kinds of products gloss over the risks in favor of big, flashy promises of energy independence.
Absolutely.
Also, the review dives into the scientific basics. It discusses how, regardless of any anecdotal evidence or marketing hype, the fundamental laws of thermodynamics just don't allow for perpetual energy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that makes these claims pretty much unviable if you think about it. No matter how many prototypes are built, unless they can overcome those physical barriers, it's all just theoretical fantasy.
For sure. And as fun as it is to toy with these ideas, the consensus in the scientific community is overwhelmingly against the possibility of perpetual motion generators working as claimed.
True, It's fascinating, though, how the narrative manages to create an aura of forbidden knowledge. Like energy companies are actively hiding this technology, even though there's no verified evidence to back that up.
Right, and that sort of narrative is not new. It's been used time and again in the realm of alternative energy products to stir up excitement and a sense of rebellion against big corporations.
Yeah, exactly. I think for many, the real value might be in the learning experience rather than expecting a miraculous drop in their electric bill. It's about understanding electromagnetic principles and maybe getting some hands-on experience.
Absolutely, and that can't be understated. For the curious tinkerers, this guide might offer some educational value despite the grandiose claims. But if you're expecting a plug-and-play solution to energy woes, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Right on. It all boils down to being well-informed, knowing the risks, understanding the science, and balancing the potential fun of a DIY project against the practical needs for energy reliability and safety.
Definitely, and I think that's the key message here. Whether you're drawn in by the low cost and the allure of a hidden technological breakthrough, or you're more pragmatic and want verifiable results, being cautious and fact-checking is crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess in short, if you're in it solely for the hobby and testing your DIY skills, then maybe give it a go, with all the necessary precautions. But if you're hoping it will become your main source for energy savings, you might want to look at established, independently verified alternatives first.
Exactly. It's a modern twist on an old idea. Perpetual energy has been the holy grail for ages, and every now and then someone tries to rekindle that dream. But the physics remains unforgiving.
Right, And that, folks, wraps up our deep dive into the Hendershot Generator review. It's been a blend of intriguing storytelling, historical anecdotes, scientific skepticism, and practical advice.
Yep, it really has been an enlightening discussion. Always remember to balance curiosity with critical thinking, especially when it comes to claims that challenge the very foundation of science.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stay safe, stay curious, and keep questioning those grand promises.
Until next time, take care and keep exploring the fascinating world of DIY and energy technology.